Hello everybody, I am Half Wolf and I am bringing you some more Vanilla to Beyond, where today we actually have some tasks on the side of the screen, probably down here somewhere. And they're the tasks that we have set out for this video. Now, after doing all the tasks and everything, if we've got more time, I'll do some more fun, enjoyable thing. What's going on my roof? Oh, it's not even on the roof, it's there, look. Go away. Huh? Yeah, to you too. But the tasks were make the altar, which is this one, this funky looking thing. Make the tinkering table, make the enchanter, make the soul extractor, the soulium dagger, the diamond fishing rod, tackle box, and, well, the tackle box wasn't in that list, but I've allocated to the fishing. And that is pretty much it. And we want to augment our gear. Yes, I think I said I wanted to awaken my gear, but then I realized how much of a pain in the backside it is. Not that. Since we need this, which needs that, which needs these, which needs... Where is it? There it is, look. Oh, wrong thing. Either way, I've got to put a block in there with some item that I get from killing the wither, and I don't actually have that at the moment. I don't even have wither skeletons yet. That'll probably be in the next episode, so we can start slaying some bits and pieces. Now, in this backpack, we have all we need. We have these, the orange wool. We have the gold. We have the soul stone. So this is the start of making the altar. We need the altar itself. We need 4 of these. And then we need 4 of the other ones, wherever they've gone. I have lost them. There. So we need a glass from out of here as well. Luckily, we only need 4 because we've only got 7 pieces of glass left. We're not exactly prepared for glass. And now we have an altar, which is to make awakened stuff. And as you can tell, it's the exact same scenario. You put this one there, put this one there, put this one there, and put this one there. And then you put this there, that there, that there. For God's sake, what am I doing? That one there, and that one there. Now, with these 4 goblets, I have kept some stuff in my backpack. So we don't have to do it later on. We grab all 4 of these elements. Earth, fire, air, and water. We put the earth in there to make 4 in there. Air in there, water in there, and fire in there. Now, they'll stay in there until I make an awakened item. So I'll just put them back in my bag. We'll go back to sleep so I can actually show you what it looks like in the jars. Okay. Is it because I've got shaders on? Because normally these are meant to actually show the colours of what's in there. So let me just... Yeah, it's because I've got shaders on. So, for example, if you've not got shaders on, it'll look like this. So you'll have your air essence, your earth, your fire, and your water, and you'll have, like... You'll see the colours. But because we're using shaders, for some odd reason, it doesn't like to show that. So... That's fun. At least we can look over them and see what they are anyway. Mr. Spider, go away. Now, what was the other thing that we wanted? It was the tinkering table. So we need more soul stone. We need What else was it? Aha. Wait. No, it was normal stone, not soul stone. Stone, and we needed some solium dust. So here's the stone with the solium dust. We've got a tinkering table. With the tinkering table, which we shall put in the middle because it comes in handy with these, is we use augments on it. Now, the augments, we've first got to get an augment so you can see what I mean by augments, which we shall do. We shall do a bit of we'll do the pickaxe one first, and then we'll do the sword one after. No, I'm not putting the backpack in there. So what we start off with is we start off with the Prudimentium essence with 4 pickaxes of our choosing. We also grab out the unattuned augment, stick that in the middle, which will make mining AoE 1. With the mining AoE 1, and why I took it out, I never know, we want the next lot pickaxes. Because after this one, we get AoE 2. And then so on and so forth. Now we've got to use diamond pickaxes because it's getting a lot more expensive. So leave that in there and then use this one. Oh, we have got to place it back down. And then the last one, which is this one. And we can just have the one for now, even though we would want one on my shovel and my pickaxe. We only need it for the shovel for the time being. Now, with this one, we will be doing a strength 1 for the sword in a second, because I do need... Oh, well, I could show you how to make the unattunement plate as well, thinking about it. I've got enough resources for it, since you need 6 of these and you need 3 of these. 3 iron down the middle, 6 prosperity shards, makes the unattunement one. Same again, you put this in the middle, you get your... I think it's 3 for this one, if I remember rightly. Yes, so it's 3 for this one. So we start off with this, 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 and this. We need a backpack because we now need a swords. It's 2 swords each time. And then that should make the, wherever it's gone, strength. So yeah, quartz, quartz, and quartz. Now we put a backpack over there, put a quart there, sword there, which makes strength 1. Put it back down. Put the essence back down. Get these 2 swords. Put one there. One there. One there. One there. Because as you can tell, it doesn't actually have to be in a specific order. As long as the right resources are down, like so, you don't actually have to put them in a certain position. Now all we need is the essence. And we'll get strength 3. Which we can put this on my sword. Now the way we do this is, let's say I want an augment on here, like the mining one, we take that out, and now it's got mining AoE 4. I think mining AoE only goes up to 4. Yes, it only goes up to 4. So now we've got mining AoE 4 on this. And then we can do it with my sword as well to get a strength 3 AoE. So now it does 20 attack damage. Plus plus 20 attack damage compared to just the 24. So it should do about 44 attack damage. Now then, with the mining AoE, I can use my shovel. Then that's what I'm going to be using for this over here. Until obviously we get down to stone. Because if I go all the way up to the top of this mountain, probably start on the highest one, which is over here. So I can actually see what I'm doing. Have we made it to the top yet? Now we've made it to the top. And as you can tell, it does a 9x9. So mining here will be so quick. Oh, lag. And so less tedious to get rid of all the dirt. Now let's say I have finished doing all of this dirt. I'm not saying I have, because obviously we haven't. But let's say I have. Let's say all that dirt is gone and it's literally just the stone now. Now we can do, for the time being, until we've got enough resources to make more of the augments. Let me just pick up the rest of this dirt because it'll come in handy later on when I'm flattening out the area. But let's say I've done that. I now want to use my pickaxe, but obviously we've not got the augment on the pickaxe due to the fact of only having enough resources for the one augment so far. So we can come back over to the tinkering table. All the way over here. Click back on the tinkering table. Shove it back in here. Take this off. Take that out. Put that in. Put that on. And voila. Now we have it. So I'll do a 9 area for stone, because it's now on my pickaxe instead. And with my pickaxe, I have enchanted it. That's one thing I did do off camera, and I did make the rest of the gear obviously off camera. But now I can just go, there we go, look, now it can all be dirt to make it look a little less rocky over here. Making it so much easier to terraform. And then eventually, later on down the line, we will have another augment so that we don't have to keep switching this around. The next thing on our list, after I've eaten my sandwich, and apparently my other sandwich, because that didn't fill me up enough. Oh, I've got no more sandwiches. Oh, screw it. We'll eat Cyclops steak. The next thing on the list was Solium Dagger. Now, Solium Dagger is mainly for these crops. It's mainly to get the nice soul essence from enemies. Because the souls you can get from enemies can then turn into... well, with the soul essence from enemies, sorry, you can turn it into seeds. And with them said seeds, you can then constantly get mob drops. So there's a Solium Dagger. We are going to need to make more of them. But for the time being, let's go back to sleep. But yes, with the soul dagger, it actually gives you the souls. But you do have to slay them with the dagger. You can't slay them with any other weapon. Unless you get an enchantment on it, which I think is at Mystical Agriculture. Mystical Alignment. Soul Siphoner. Increase souls collected by killing mobs by 10% per level. So that one, I believe, lets any weapon do it, but this one lets you cipher the souls anyway. Now, we're going to need 2 more of these, so that means more golden swords are required. Due to the fact of, if I put these in here, get some more solium, so we need 4 of these. And then we want to put these here, them there. 1, 2. Because now we're going to make one of these. We do need a machine frame, which... Ooh. I forgot the redstone for this. Now we've got a redstone. Now we can do this, which is the machine frame first. Wait, was it this way around? There's the machine frame. And then now we've got the machine frame. We want to make 2 of these, I think it was. And then this. What else was it? Ah. This, and this. To make the soul extractor. Now with the soul extractor, it's similar to the seed reprocessor, so we'll be able to automate it like we have done there. And we power it, obviously, by coal or some sort of energy conversion. And then we need these, which soul dust we get from smelting soul stone, well, smooth soul stone, and so on and so forth. We also need, after we've got this, we also need some more ingots. So we'll do the ingots, not them ones, because we're only going to do a few for now. And I'm going to show you what these make. Right, now we've got the soul dust. We can make... Can we make the glass? I think we had 3 glass on me. Now we can make the soul glass like so. Now, I do need... If I'm going to be making... Oh, wait. I didn't put enough there. If I'm going to be making 2 of these, I am going to need some more glass. Have I got any more sand? I really need to stop jumping. Sand. Yeah, that'll do. We'll let this smelt into glass since it won't take too long. And it's now done. And then we'll put these here. And then make the glass like so. If we really wanted to, we could actually make 2 more of these so we can make more. But now if I put that there and this like that, we get soul jars. Now, with the soul jars, we have 2 options. We either have the option of going around with it in a hand and... Wait, where did I put the soul dagger? There. We either have the option to go around and, let's say, I don't know, going over to these squids. Easiest and simplest thing to do. Kill the squid. As you can tell, it now says soul jar, squid, 1 of 6. Now if we go and kill another one, when I can see it, we've gone blind. is now filled up even more, which is 2 of 6 now. Now, if I go up here and I go into this, the soul extractor, we put that in there and we put a coal in there. The coal will obviously produce the heat and the necessary power for us to use other bits in there. So, for example, if we put a ink sac in there, it will now make it 2.25. So you do get less, so I'm going to have 4 ink sacs every 1 squid soul. But, I forget, can we use these? Oh, can we use the calamari? No. So yeah, it is only the squid ink sacs that you can use that on. Once we have 4 of these though, we can then use 4 soul jars with squid essence in to then make, after making a soulium based seed, to make a squid seed, which then squid seeds if I look for the seed reprocessor, squid seeds turn into squid essence. Squid essence then gets used for stuff like Heart of the Sea, glow ink sacs, and ink sacs. So really, the ink sacs are mainly only used for dyes, if anything, or booking quills, or... But that was the idea I was given. Now, this gets used up in the process of making the seed. So once you've got all 4 around here, like this, and then you make the seed, these all disappear, so you have to make more. But it is easy to get more jars. As you can tell, I used the furnace to smelt the stone into smooth, and then from smooth into dust. If I go over here, this is what the soul stone looks like. Oh, I totally forgot I had that on, but it's fine. Because now we can get a lot of resources. And as you can tell, it's not exactly the least resource you'll find. Grab all of this before it all gets burnt. Make a platform. And then we can get a backpack. And then just chuck that. So then we can put all of this in our backpack, like so. And then with this, we'll just make a platform so we can actually get back over. That lava can stay there for the time being, as I'm not going to be messing around with that anymore. Just grab all the loot that we've got. And voila. So that's how you get the soul stone and the soulium ore. The soulium ore, obviously I picked it up as ore. I didn't pick it up as its other counterpart, which is this, the soulium dust. But that is easy to counteract with 1, going to sleep. 2, with either smelting it, this is going to be a waste of coal, smelting it, which turns into 1, or... Did I keep that pickaxe on me? I did. Or you can place them down, and then obviously use normal pickaxe, which sometimes gives you 1, sometimes gives you 2. It all depends on how nice it's feeling for you. But I will state that is pretty much all that's needed to know about that part of mystical agriculture. Now, the other things that we wanted to get done is, if I just put them in there for the time being, yes, I will get to the ME storage eventually, because it's going to do my head in not knowing where everything is. But for the time being, I have started to prepare before doing my video. So we should be already storing all of this here for now. And the quartz. Now, with the other thing that we wanted to make was fishing rods. Now, there is two types of fishing rods in this game, since I've got mods in. And we've got the normal fishing rod, which if I do 3 sticks, and there's the fishing rod. And then we've got also a diamond fishing rod. The diamond fishing rod is for aquaculture 2. The normal fishing rod, I will show you what we're going to be doing with that in just a second, because I'm going to need these. I'm also going to need these. Oh no, I put the iron downstairs, didn't I? Where did I put the iron? No, there's the iron. And then we're going to need to turn some of this iron into some of these. Turn 4 of these diamonds into these. Just so you get the hint. Now, we want to go and get some of the items from over here. The essence. Because yes, we've got quite a bit of essence on us at the moment, but it's still not enough for what I want to do. This should be a perfect amount, because we're only taking it up by like 2. Now, the first 2 we want as these. And we'll put them in there a sec. Same with these, we want the first 2 to be inferium. And then the second 2 we want as rudimentium. Which we can do this. Because we could possibly make the 4th fishing rod. Rain, go away, dude. Honestly, you're annoying as hell. There we go. So we've got the full stack of them. Get this out of the way, put 2 there, and then put them there. So then you can go in there. And then we want to do this. Which then, yes, we could in fact make another 2 of these. And then another 2 of these. So then we could go 3rd one, which is tertium. And then could we go for the 4th one? Most likely. I wouldn't say we could go for the 5th one though. Maybe at a push. And then we'll do 2 more of these. And 2 more of these, which we only have enough prosperity shards to do this anyway. And then we'll put 2 there. And then 2 there. So yeah, we've not exactly got enough to make the last set anyway, but if we check to see how much of this we get, which we got 9, which just about gets us 2. So we could wait it out and get the last set, and I shall show you what it turns into. All I need is more prosperity shards, which are over here, and I just need 2 more diamonds to then turn them into prosperity gemstone and prosperity ingot. And once I've done that, I shall be right back once we have the ingredients to make the fishing rod. Right, now we've got enough for the last couple of things, like the ingots and the supremium gemstones. Now, fishing rod goes in the middle. Then we start off with the inferium. This is how I made literally every single one. Oh, wrong one. Every single one of my supremium gear. It took time, but it's worth it. Because if I use this one, look. See how it's not using any durability? That's because it's got a massive durability bar. Whereas that's just tertium. Then we've got Imperium, but then we've got the Supremium, which is unbreakable. So really, we could fish for hours on end and still be perfectly fine. But there is another good thing with the fishing rods. Well, not fishing rods, but with the tools from Mystical Agriculture. They're not just pervious to being standalone augments. You can also, let me just get my books, because while I was off camera I did make some XP tomes as well, just so that we could have a nice lot of XP. Where's my lapis? There's my lapis. Now, don't get me wrong, we will try to get the best enchantments with this eventually, but for the time being, we're just going to lob it in here, hope for the best, and we get Luck of the C2. And only Luck of the C2. That was terrible. But other than that, we've got an enchanted Supremium fishing rod. Now, I've not seen any augments for the fishing rod in Mystical Agriculture. There might be a separate mod or something like that, but it does have augments on it. You can also turn it into a Supremium one with the Awakened Supremium with the Awakened gear, which gives you 2 augments, which, like I say, I still don't understand why there's augments on a fishing rod when there's no fishing rod augments that I've seen of anyway, unless they're in a newer updated version of mods. But the last thing on my list, which I won't be able to show you fully, I can only show you how it's made and how it explain how it's used, is the enchanter. Now with the enchanter, we need 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian, and a book. That's for the enchantment table, obviously. Now, after we've done the enchantment table, we also need soulstone and a soulium ingot. So there's a prosperity ingot. We've got no soulium on us because we are a... Oh wait, yeah, we have. But I've got nothing to break it with. Ignore everything. I'll be right back. Right, there we go. I've got my soulium on me now. And now we can get to making the enchanter. Now the enchanter is going to sit somewhere close to where the tinkering table is, because it is obviously to enchant gear, but its full purpose is so that it makes enchanting gear a lot seamless. a lot less seamless, should we say. Because if we do this, that, and then that, there's our enchanter. Now, with the enchanter, like I said, I can't show it just yet, not fully anyway, but with the enchanter, you put items in here and a book to make the item you want. Or I think you can put this in here as well. If I go to enchanter, look, I'll explain it better with the diagram. So, yeah, it has to be a book. But then again, anvils are a thing, so either way. Soul Soil, Experience Essence, and a book gives you soul speed 1, 2, or 3, depending if you put 16, 32, or 48 in there with 64, 128, or 192 essence, experience essence. Same with Impaling, you can go up to 5, multi-shot, piercing efficiency, knockback, look of the sea, mystical enlightenment, which would be really nice, but either way. Fortune, sharpness, channeling, sweeping edge, depth strider, thorns, looting, loyalty, soul cipher, riptide, respiration, quick charge, protection, flame, unbreaking, power, infinity, mending. So mending is wither skeleton skulls, and it's 256 essence. Now, the only issue with this is you need experience seeds, which give you roughly 2 in your seed reprocessing. But you do need experience capsules, which we can make. It's just I forget how we put our XP in there. That's the only thing I can't remember what to do. So, if anything, to finish off this video, we will make one of them. We will see how you put the XP in there, and see if we can literally just hold the bottle and then put our XP in there, which if we can, that's perfectly fine. If not, then I'll have to do some research, because we have got almost enough to fill one. But first we need... Oh, what was it now? No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted to use that. We wanted that, and then we wanted this. And then we want to put that over here so we can see it. So it's solium ingots, 2 of them. I was trying to think of what I needed then. 2 solium ingots, which we need these. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it's 4 of these. And then it's 4 solium ingots. Well, 2 solium ingots, and then we need the glass, which I put where exactly? Oh no. Did I put it in here? No, I didn't. Where did I put the glass now? That's glass panes, there's glass. And that's solium dust. That's not the one I want. I want the other one. Which we can make some more of that anyway, because we are going to need some more in the future anyway. We just smelt this down. Mr. Zombie Pigman, go away. You're not even meant to be in the overworld. So there's a smooth ore stone into the dust. Like so. Which should actually make 16 in glass actually for this. And look. Yep, makes 16 glass. Which now... Was it? Wait. Was it this? No? How do we make them again? Ah, it was that. So then it's... Oh, like that. So now we've got that. Let me just put these back in here. Yeah, so we just click and it puts it in the jar. Now we are going to need a few more of these. We're going to need at least... how many more did we need? Needed 3 more. So we're going to need 6 more of these. Which shouldn't be too damaging on my resources. And we just need a glass like so. And then we make 4 of these. So now we know how to do this. Once we've got enough XP, because that won't fill it all the way up to the top. Once we've got enough XP, we can actually turn these into the seeds. Because all we need is Imperium Essence and Prosperity Seeds to make experience seeds, and then we can make an experience farm. Like an actual experience farm where it's 81, well, 9x9, so you get about 81 per. So then all we need after that is the items to turn into enchantment books, since if I show you, which one is it? This one. We kind of got a ton of books. This was from exploring and finding a stronghold using the compass. What compass was it? Explorer's compass. So I have got a way to go to the end. It's down that end. I do not think so, Mr. Creeper. But it's down that way. I'm going to make a ladder. I'm going to also lighten this area up as well, so we can get to the end easily. And yeah, so I believe that is it for today. I will, and I mean this, I will, after today, now I've shown you what I was doing with these, I also need to put the mining back onto this one. Get rid of all of this here. And we'll get enough resources to start building our house, our big house, over in that location over there, due to the fact of I want a big house for the ME storage system, basically. Since it's not the best of looking, it is an eyesore, so I would like to hide the cables underneath, put it to each of these farms, and probably make more farms over here. This can be a full farmland. We'll probably take out the village back there since we've got all of this. We'll have to make a ton of chests for the time being, but other than that, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and possibly subscribe for more of this content. If you really, really, really enjoyed this content, don't forget there is more of this on my channel of Phase 1, which is a full playlist of about 50 odd videos, and Phase 2, which is the beginning of this series, to all watch through. So, as I say, hope you all enjoyed it, and peace.